Hello all. It has been a minute. Life, gets in the way sometimes. We are Dark Justiciar Shadowheart. We have involuntarily taken the astral tadpole and become a partial illithid. And we have also convinced Karlak to do the same. Will, we talked him into the idea, but he's still hesitating. Astarion does not wish to. He doesn't want to change into yet another monster. We have defeated Ketheric Thorm and made it to Baldur's Gate. We have urgent goals here to defeat the remaining Chosen, of course, but also to free Astarion from the influence of Khazador. And, most importantly, to follow Shar's instruction and confront the corrupted House of Mercy in Lady Shar's name and become its new leader. Beyond that, I don't think Dark Justiciar is too terribly concerned with the plights of the general citizenry. We'll explore, but it'll be on a case-by-case basis whether or not we get involved. With that being said, let us see what awaits us.
Worth grabbing.
The city is close now. Followers of Lady Shar will be watching, no doubt. Waiting for my return. We should do what we can to find them. What they know could help us.
We learned about Prince Orpheus. The artifact has revealed its secrets. Halsin decided to stay behind since we did not lift the Shadow Curse. We helped subdue the Githyanki Prince Orpheus. Gale wants to go to Sorceress Sundries. We need to look for Khazador's palace, but on the way, we need to look for other spawn. We should keep an eye out for Mizora. There is a quest to free Orpheus. So far I'm not leaning in that direction. There's getting the Nether Stones. There's destroying or controlling the Elder Blane. And we need to be on the lookout for a Sharran Lookout, awaiting their arrival. We need to seek them out so we can discover how to find the cloister. I guess Shadowheart has forgotten that.
Let's see. I must keep going.
Excuse me. I can't find my mum.
That's your problem, kid. Get lost.
But, I don't know where to go.
Ah, come on. What's with you? We here for him. Kid needs us.
Karlak did speak up for the child, and Karlak is my friend. And there is a cleric tag here. Let's find the nearest temple, little one. They can help you, I'm sure. And that also doesn't put the responsibility on us.
That's the first thing I did. Mum always said to look for a temple if I needed help. But they said they couldn't help me. Because of the circumstances. That's what they said.
Nearly there now. You see the city? Up on the hill.
I do not have it. Wait. Yes, I do. I have a speak with animals up.
Let's see what I can glean.
I'm just a cat. But please, talk to Yenna.
Why are you so scared?
Well, why are you so nosy?
Do you know what happened to Yenna's mother?
Nothing good, I don't think. She was so very sick. Maybe she made like a cat and went off to spend her last life.
I like kitties. May I pet you?
But please don't.
I don't really want to ask about Yenna. Interestingly enough, these wooden trunks are not marked as owned.
One foot in front of the other.
But you'll be in a big, cozy bed soon enough.
And you have anything you want for supper. All the treats your tummy can handle.
All this stuff is marked as owned.
This one time we'll make an exception.
Turn back, citizen. No passage in this direction.
Don't tell me where I can and can't go.
It's my job to do exactly that. If you intend to spend any time in Baldur's Gate, you best learn some respect for the Flaming Fist. And trust me, you don't want to go out there. The cultists assaulted the gate, armed to the teeth trying to break in. They nearly had it too, before the Steel Watch intervened.
There is a cleric tag here, but I think I've only heard about the Steel Watch in passing from Shadowheart. So is that some sort of fancy new rank of City Watchman?
A little more than that. You'll see for yourself soon enough if you head to the city.
Well, that was useless. Oh, can go up here. I don't see a point in bringing everybody up here, though. And if nobody's in here, there's nobody to see me stealing.
I'll take this way. Calm and quiet, that's the way. Keep low and quiet. Let us start a conversation.
No passage this way, I'm afraid. Turn back. It's for your own good.
Perfectly hidden.
Some free arrows.
Have to keep pushing.
Let's
everything you want for supper. All the treats you're
Welcome to Rivington, South Coast Way, North Worms Crossing.
This one time, we'll make an exception.
If I was a Sharran Lookout, hell's what now? Oh, blasted ground shaking.
It felt like a bloody earthquake.
If I was a Sharran Lookout, this is the sort of place I'd wait around. Okay. They got cut off by the other automatic text.
Right this instant.
We'll see what I can
Nowhere
learn.
else to go, you heartless. The place was empty. Keep those thugs away from my family.
Danuvia! Get these squatters out of my house now!
Arthur, sweetheart, you paid me and my boys to be caravan guards, not cattle wranglers. If you want us to get our hands dirty, it'd be our pleasure. But that'll be extra.
I don't care much for their bickering. The army of the Absolute is mere days away, and you're bickering over property ownership.
This is my home. I may pride myself on my philanthropy, but I draw the line at being a halfway house. Zenobia and I are just navigating a slight contractual disagreement. Not that it's any of your concern.
You're right. It's not. I'll leave you to it.
I guess we're all you've got then, Arthur. Want your house squeaky clean? Cough up!
Ugh. This is the last time I hire someone from the guild. Fine. Here's the extra. Finish the job.
Come on, boys. Let's take out the trash.
No, 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 no. Don't you dare lay a finger on them.
Job done. Whatever's left.
Oh, they've got steeped in bliss because I still have the... I forgot about that. I'm still carrying around the item that does that. But... Huh?
Unless you stop sulking and start walking right now.
Baldarians! Stand with me against this tide that threatens to overwhelm us.
Please just go home. You're ruining a perfectly uneventful posting with this nonsense.
The Flaming Fists are supposed to protect this good city, but they allow trash and vermin to take our homes and goods. Ah, another visitor, I see. Listen, we keep letting the likes of you in, soon there'll be no room left for any of us true Baldarians.
At first I wasn't going to get involved in this, but then he had to go and insult me. Baldurian, your accent's Rivingtonian. That hardly counts.
Excuse me? I was born inside the city walls, a Baldarian through and through. Wherever you're from, clearly they don't teach manners.
Ferg Doger.
Refugees can't stay here.
Any one of them could be a spy for the Absolute.
Back off and return to your homes. That's an order.
Why don't you protect us? instead
There
of
we
these
go.
scruffy
Ferg
outlanders?
Doger.
What a sight for sore eyes. I believe there's somewhere you're supposed to be. No? Long overdue, in fact.
Maybe so. Where is it you think I'm expected?
Why, home, of course. The only one you've ever known. I was told to keep watch for you, and point you toward home, should you ever appear. And lo, you have appeared. It is time for you to return to the fold.
I am not here to submit. I'm here to cleanse Lady Shar's ranks. She's decreed it.
Some thought you might have been humbled by your mission. Learned a little deference. Clearly not. First, you must continue into the lower city. Then, seek out a place called the House of Grief. It may not be quite what you expect, but I assure you, it's the right spot. Go there, make yourself known. You will be given the welcome you deserve.
What can I expect once I'm admitted?
And spoil the surprise? I dare not. Though I will admit, there's been some tension in the ranks. Seems a great deal is riding on the outcome of your mission. I'll be remaining here. I have business to attend to. Wares to sell. Our great endeavor cannot run on faith alone. We need funds. Have a look, if you wish. Otherwise, I think we're done. Try not to dawdle too much in the city. Mother's waiting.
And I do need a vendor.
If you're looking for companionship, I hear they can cater to almost every taste in Sharess's caress. I am not on offer, unfortunately.
You mentioned you had wares to trade. Ah. I'm definitely very interested in this dwarven thrower. It is a I'm not a dwarf, and I don't really intend to disguise self as a dwarf to make use of the extra thing. But it is versatile. And versatile means that she could wield it in one hand. Granted, that would reduce the damage a tiny bit. But it is a homing weapon, so it's got that. It is a bludgeoning weapon, which is pretty massive. Bludgeoning tends to be resisted a lot less than piercing does. And then also, on top of that, it being versatile means she could equip a shield. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get that. But I'll be back because I've got lots of selling to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Return to your homes. That's an order. Nice to be in a crowd of normal people for once.
I took you for one of them for a moment. The refugees, that is. You're a recent arrival for sure, still bearing dust from the road. But you have something they lack. Dignity. These wretches have nowhere to call home, nothing to live off but what they carry, and nobody to help them but themselves. And me, of course.
That sounds lucrative.
Indeed. You'd be shocked by the sort of things they bring with them. Gold and jewels, they can't easily exchange. Heirlooms, rarities, sentimental items, even cremation urns. Alas, you cannot eat grandmother's ashes, nor can you easily trade a golden candelabra for a bowl of soup. That is where I come in. Liquidity. Their heirlooms for my gold.
Certainly a cleric of Shartag here. A tithe must always be paid, no matter how harsh. Such is life.
Hear, hear. Though I keep your speech low, friend. Not many share our outlook on the matter. It is a most welcome absence, in my estimation.
Religion failed. Wow.
Welcome. You see to peruse the special goods, I take it.
Show me your wares. Okay. Alright, I feel much better now. I've got the Dwarven Thrower on Karlach, and honestly, if I were using prior knowledge, I wouldn't even get this right now because I know another throwing weapon is coming up. But, you know what? It is bludgeoning damage. I'm okay with it. And also now she's got a shield equipped, which puts her normal walking around AC to 22. Not bad. And I've gotten rid of all the crap that I was carrying around. So let's move on, shall we?
Don't pay me any mind now. I'm just trying to make sure everyone gets fed.
I'd better do the talking.
Lord on the rack, give me patience.
Don't much care.
Can't stay here in Rivington. The danger to...
You can't catch me! You can't catch me!
Be a spy for the absolute.
Might find something useful.
Back off and return to your homes. That's an
Donations?
Donations for what?
Do you know of Ice? The refugees. If you don't have anything to donate, you can get going.
I don't feel like Shadowheart would spend her time and resources healing random people. Actually, I think I'll hang on to it for now.
Very giving of you. Now go waste someone else's time.
Be on your way, citizen. Got a lot to keep my eye on round here.
Now, I believe this counts as a restricted area, but there's not really any indication of that, is there?
If you want to chat, talk to Nestor. I like my personal space.
Worth a shot.
Attention. Donations desperately needed for refugees. Every copper helps.
Might be useful.
No use digging here. No use digging here.
That might be worth a look.
That's curious.
Our friend, the strange ox.
My! The fates move in strange and scrumptious ways. I am delighted to see you again. After our little interlude at last light, I was worried you'd gone quite mad.
It takes worse than a bit of gore to turn my gullet.
And mine. And mine. Though, one thing I find quite distasteful is being kept outside our intended city. I'd quite like to get inside. But it's difficult to shuffle your way to the top of the queue when you're, well, as big as an ox. But what if I was smaller, more discreet? Maybe then a kind soul might bring me through, right in their little pocket.
I suppose so. What form will you take?
Ooh. This day has ended so much better than it started. Now, you don't worry about me. I'll be a good, quiet little apple you can tuck into the corner of your pack. Just until we're inside the city walls. Hail, Cyric. I can't wait to get inside.
Help the devilish ox. We ran into that strange creature again, the one who was pretending to be an ox. We agreed to help it reach the city. It transformed into an apple so we could carry it. Strange apple with the legendary. Interestingly enough, it's got 1 hit point and we could bludgeon it. But now that it's in our pack... Nope, just the normal... The normal examination.
I'm not paid to debate with civilians.
I want to see something. Can us talk to people? No.
I'm paid to take down troublemakers, so don't make trouble.
And people just don't react to them. I was kind of hoping there would be some kind of kitty-based interaction there.
My faith protects me. No time to waste.
And I suppose let's test the theory about this being a restricted area.
You, turn around and toddle your way right back out of here. Everything in this barn has been donated for the refugees, not you. Now piss off.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
You sure? This lot have been through enough without your ignorance. Now are you going to clear off or not?
I'm clearing off now. I'm not here to start a fight in the middle of the city.
Back off and return to your
at this time.
I ought to speak.
I'm busy. Mind your own.
Fine.
To be fair, for a miserable collection of shabby hovels jam-packed with wretched refugees, this place isn't bad at all.
Glad to see you. Glad to see anybody, really. It was a lonely road getting here through those abandoned farmlands, and I'm a sociable sort.
There's a doggy here. Let's summon Scratch.
Oh, gods! Are they gonna see it? What happens if they don't see it?
Who's a good dog? You're a good dog.
Yes! Oh, goodness, yes! I am a good dog! Fantastic stuff! Oh, yes, you're lovely. You can come back.
No, I'm afraid I must insist you do not pet the hound.
My love, you can't keep being so rude to strangers. It's just a dog.
All the grabbing and touching startles poor Biscotti. I will not apologise for caring about my boy.
If simple petting startles the dog, I can only imagine how stressful this camp is.
Whatever the dog thinks, being here is much better than being out there. Right, my dear?
Well, the children can be a touch grabby, but... yes, you're quite right, my darling. War is no place for a precious little baby like Biscotti after all.
I apologise for my husband and his obsession with that bloody dog.
What was that, my dear?
Nothing, darling.
What are we gonna do in the city?
Somebody drunk at Mark.
Heads will roll for this. This transgression. This injustice.
I will offer him an empty platitude. The divine works in mysterious ways. I bet it'll all work out in the end.
Mysterious is an understatement. Beggars bloody belief, more like. A perfectly respectable businessman wants to bring his, well, business into this fine city. And what do?
I'm guessing they didn't let you in.
They talk some absolute horse bollocks about papers and correct filing procedures and threw me in this slum. I should be loins deep in Sharess's caress by now, not waddling about in filth.
We've got to get Grunch into the city, but he's in no shape to travel. I wonder, what if we hid him in a big barrel and nailed it shut? Nah.
What are we gonna do in the city?
Don't know how we're gonna get Grunch into the city, wounded as he is. But we have to.
Well, this is Grunch.
Whatever you need, I can't help you. Even talking is painful right now.
Cleric medicine. I'm well versed in healing rites. Allow me to take a look. Let's not offer aid right off the bat. How did you get wounded?
Some goblin cultists were about to stumble on where those two bright boys were hiding. So I just kind of drew their attention. The bright boys got away, but I took a hit killing those gobbos. And it's taken its time healing. Thanks for asking, though.
Christine didn't clean the cookware, Mother Mona. Again.
God, camping with the mother-in-law has been utter hell. Maybe I should just go on ahead into the city without her. Scouting, like.
Actually got here safely. Towing along my wife's sister and mother. Or maybe they towed me along, eh?
Can't stand her, can't stand her, can't stand her! My sister-in-law. All law and no sister. Grr.
My son Garen is pleased we got this far together. But his wife's bitching is making me old before my time. Why can't he tell her to put a sock in it? How did the wine sack get empty, Garen?
Bet somebody drank it, Ma.
So, you survived. That's more than many of my kin can say.
At least you made it. How are you holding up?
It's mainly anger that keeps me going. Zevlor was supposed to lead us, but he froze when we needed him most. I haven't seen him since the massacre on the road, which is lucky for him.
No option to tell him Zevlor's fate.
Christine is pretty, son.
Washing my pits, this is the song when up. Aye! Could a bloke not get any bleeding privacy around here? Bunch of perverts, the lot of you.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Oh, an unclaimed
Better
hand
fetch
axe.
that.
What? I'm bushed. I ran for days to get someplace safe, and then found out I'm last in line to get in, because I'm a hobgoblin. As if I could change that.
Hail, friend. Fine day, isn't it? Forgive me, you're in no mood to talk about the weather. Your journey here was a hard one, no doubt. Is this your first time in Baldur's Gate?
Do they pay you extra to act so god's damned cheerful?
Of course not. But most folk appreciate a kind word these days. Used to be you'd arrive knowing you'd a full belly and a warm bed waiting for you. Not anymore. These days there's barely enough to go around. Add the refugees on top and well, folk aren't feeling too generous.
I didn't come looking for handouts. I take care of myself.
That might be the simplest approach. Unfortunately, not everyone sees it that way. Some well-to-dos in the city donated enough to see the newcomers right for the time being. Only they didn't bother helping everyone else. Locals going without while strangers feast. It stoked the fire, all right. Some Baldarians are kicking up a fuss round the front of the barn as we speak. If I wasn't wearing this uniform, I'd walk round there and teach them a lesson they'd never forget.
I think Dark Justiciar Shadowheart would talk about a reminder of what true hardship is. The people of this city have grown selfish. They need reminding what true hardship is.
Too bloody right. They've gone soft behind those walls, forgotten what it's like to struggle, living hand to mouth. I say we march round there and slit a few bellies, remind them how much worse things could be. What do you say?
I kill discreetly, and with purpose. Openly slaughtering civilians is hardly my chosen approach.
You think there's a better way? Such sickening naivety. But I will cure you of it.
So, you're the lick-spittle who crushed the Bone Lord's thrall. Have you come begging, sniffing for our stones? Gortash won't like that. A throat his black hand can't choke the spit from. You'll need to bleed and carve this city if you want to turn him to grave meat. He shivers at the thought. When you find the Lordling, tell him Oren is watching.
So, Oren is a shapeshifter. Better be extra vigilant.
This door is locked and leads into the donation center. So, going in there in broad daylight, probably not the best plan.
Or even at all.
Now, mind your terms. Leave Christine.
That'll be good for a fire, if nothing else.
Find us bloody keepers, I say.
Bloody savages, a lot of them.
We're as desperate
Where's
as the
the
rest of
rummage?
these savages. They just had the sense to move quicker than us. We got here first, friend. You're welcome to whatever scraps we leave behind.
Oh. You know what? They can have the half-eaten apples.
Wait, what were they thinking?
They wasn't thinking. Starving folk tend not to.
If they just lined up and taken their fair shares, we'd have had plenty for everyone.
If won't get us fed and watered.
This should be an interesting encounter, since the girl in the beginning didn't make it. Let's see how this goes.
We do nothing. The innocent will suffer just the same. We have no good choices.
hunter has nothing to say to you. He seems to have other things on his mind.
Rechtei hathran rust. Frey vald isk durovna. Frey vald isk a blast.
He clearly walked into some kind of ceremony, but it's nothing that you recognize. You do recognize the language, however. These people are Gur, a tribe of monster hunters, just like the one you met in the Hag's Swamp.
Im orak. Nete. Krasin. Netra. So, the impossible spawn walks among us in the blazing sun. We have been looking for you.
What do you want with Astarion?
The last time your friend came to our camp, he stole our children, our future. When we sent Gandrel after you, we wanted to interrogate you, to discover how to save our children and then destroy you. But things have changed. You have changed. Is it true you left your master? That you broke the spell that binds you to him?
Well, I mean, kind of. It's a long story, honestly.
What business is it of yours?
For those your friend stole from us, it is a matter of life and death. We have tried to save our children once already, attacking Khazad-dûr'Zar's palace at first light. Even then, it was too well defended. But if his own spawn approached, someone he thought he could control, he would throw his doors open and welcome you in. And once inside, you could do what we could not. You could save the children you damned.
You don't know Khazad-dûr like I do. He's merciless. You want me to march into the lion's den and save your children? But I promise you, they're already dead.
He's right. You're too late.
If our children are truly gone, then we ask for blood. I know you can understand that, Spawn.
You owe them revenge, Astarion. If nothing else, you owe them that. Especially since we were basically planning on killing Khazad-dûr anyway.
I suppose. Yes. Yes. Revenge, I can do.
Thank you. From me and all my people. If you can do this, we will be in your debt. You have lived a life of violence and sin. You have stolen lives, broken families, and caused immeasurable grief. Doing this will not right those wrongs.
If you're trying to encourage me, you're failing abysmally.
But it will be a start. You may still be redeemed. Please go. Time is short, but we will see you again when it is done. Do not stand here and wait. Khazad-dûr must be destroyed.
That just triggered automatically. Okay.
Every last bloodsucker.
Solemn farewell witnessed the Gur funeral. And reached Khazad-dûr's palace. We met Ulma. Astarion agreed to help their children and kill Khazad-dûr. And that's basically the same thing. Ah, Orin confronted us in a shape change disguise, then teleported away.
It's good to have you with us. There is something rotten at the heart of this city, and it needs purging.
We are begging help from you, an outsider. I would follow Ulma to the Hells and back, but this does not feel right.
To lose our children is a tragedy. To fail so utterly in saving them is Something else entirely. Ulmer insists the tribe is not cursed, but I have my doubts.
I pray you will succeed where we failed. Exterminate every last vampire parasite.
As long as we stand together,
Our people.
we can...
No screaming children. No laughter. No scolding words. There is only silence and pain.
Our dead fought well. They died well. I hope I can live up to their example.
Vampires to strike here.
And let them marshal all their strength against us.
So
do
we
not
should
like
do
our
nothing.
chances.
Just wait for the next wave.
We've got to keep moving. Might as well.
There's a child's drawing here. Depiction of a happy sunlit scene. Huh. None of this is considered owned.
Quite a spot, eh? Knocks the breath out of me to get up here. But the views are worth it.
That might be worth a look.
Can I help you? This is a private picnic.
Fine day for it, eh? Got to enjoy things while they last, I suppose.
Worth a try.
Oh, this was a wonderful idea. Just what we needed.
I thought you might want to get your mind off things. I know I do.
True. What with all the refugees, ill rumors, the food shortages. Speaking of
The
which,
pride of the
I'm
gate.
surprised you managed to get such a spread.
Don't burn yourself. Pleasing means.
Ah well, whatever it
On I
was.
go.
Unnoticed. Good. Worth looking. Worth opening.
Oh, that was just experience gain. A mind flare.
Let's see what we have here. Might as well help myself.
If I'm gonna try that, I'm gonna go ahead and put on Smuggler's Ring and the Gloves of Thievery.
A gentle touch pays off. In and out like a ghost. All mine.
So we had this Ring of Truthfulness, gain advantage on insight checks, cute. And then Absolute Order's Newborn. True Soul Alien, your time has come. The Absolute calls all faithful, and you have been faithful indeed. Leave your barracks, leave your armor, leave all insignia of rank behind. You are part of the Flaming Fist no longer. You have been a loyal true soul, but soon you will be so much more. You will be one of us. Well, I think we know how to handle this.
Absorb its potential if you consume it.
Certainly, in Shadowheart's state, she would do it. And I think it's time for her to get ability drain as well.
Better get to it. I'll go this way.
The circus of the last days has returned. See Dryad, Jin, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
I should take that. Might as well take a look.
might you be hiding?
I'd better take a peek.
No one around, right? Yeah.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
What happened to you?
Pushed. Felt bones break. Darkness.
Tell me about the gemless ring I found with you.
Brothers died on the road. Man tried to buy.
What is the last thing you remember?
Man buying heirlooms. Vulture challenged him.
I bet I know who that was. Who are you?
Garrod.
Do you have any next of kin?
None.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
I'll have to see if there's anything about
I'll grab that.
that gemless ring when I go back to the Sharran
I'd better take a
trader
peek.
dude.
Care for a dip, Will? It would be my pleasure, Karlach. Once the accident's been crushed for good. Heroics don't leave half enough time for messing.
Better take a look.
Onward, ever onward. That might be worth it.
I'd love to, thanks.
go.
I wonder what the next move is.
Cave mouth.
Mustn't let anyone see. Need to tread softly.
A weapon, my sweet.
A sharper one than Dolo. He spends too much time with his prey.
Now what might you be hiding?
Dolo is an artist. You do well to think of that.
Well, what now, sir? We go check his place?
Perhaps. We'll take one more look here, then move on to the...
Doppelganger.
Quietly now. Silent as the grave.
Never get the fun jobs, sir.
Be patient, child. Soon.
Why does Dolo get
Something over there.
Freshmen in blood. Tell them!
Ah. Mind Reader. Ranged attacks have disadvantage against this creature. So let's see if we can't mitigate that a little
Need
bit.
to concentrate. No time like the present.
Ah, still got the mind reader going. Still, 81% even with disadvantage. And ability drain dexterity there.
Outmaneuver them.
I forgot about the other attack, but why not? I'll dash so I can do it.
Eyes open, mouth shut. Careful.
Two hit points left here. Seems like a good opportunity for matchmaking.
Come on, let's go. go for a good meal. I'm too tall for this.
I don't feel the need to, I don't feel the need to rage here.
Easy. Go on.
Annoying. Does anybody have actions left? I don't think so.
Spill some blood.
Let's cook with fire, baby.
Well, you can
Incoming.
get right up to it.
My gods, this is sick.
Let's turn someone inside out.
Hide in the darkness. Move forward in the darkness. Hide in the darkness. He's alright. Well, actually, I may as well do a hex. Alright.
Over here.
Let's start stacking some ability drain on that person. Or just kill it.
Beautiful, but terrifying.
Field report. Deathstalker Zum. Aspirant Delore is talented, if a touch careless. The dagger he discarded lurks within these caves somewhere, although I know not where. I can smell it. The fear musk from his kills stands in the air after the act, because he lets them marinate first. They stand, lie, sit stock still as the poison fills their limbs with lead, knowing only two perfect facts. They are going to die. There is nothing they can do about it. Clown's severed torso. The effigy of Illacera, who watched and waited. What use her eyes? She thought herself a huntress, but couldn't fathom her wool. Below is an exaggerated signature written in blood, or in the red.
Body parts on display. Not sure the children will care for that.
A group of doppelgangers beneath the open hand temple. What were they doing here? Flowery Key. Frago's Flophouse in Worm's Crossing. We found a strange flowery key. Yeah.
Let's see what we have here.
And we should disguise self. So that we can speak with dead here.
Seems simple enough.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
I found this flowery key. What is it for?
Flophouse. Dolos.
Who are you?
Some faceless eater of men.
Who do you work for?
The corpse tries to speak, but something prevents it.
Interesting. I don't think I've seen that before. Who is Dolor?
A blood-red dwarf. Tricky. Hungry.
Is Dolor one of you?
Yes. But wants more.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Truth shines through. Will is inspired. Oh. Find the true culprit behind the serial murders. By speaking with the dead, we learned that a dwarf clad in red killed both Father Lorgan and Brilgor. We need hard proof to exonerate Brilgor, however, and should check out the murder scene. Well, clearly I did this in a way that was not normal, just because I did not explore in the proper direction, but whatever.
Let's try this way.
And this looks like it goes into the temple. Let's explore this area a little bit more.
I must keep going. Have to keep low. Better tread carefully. Worth grabbing.
Interesting. I could just fly over there. But I'll leave that till later. If I had approached from the other direction, I probably would have been more successful in sneaking up around them. There's a lot more space to get around over here.
They must have been hiding. Didn't save them. This way. Unseen.
Perfect.
I should grab that. Best avoid that trap.
Got to press on.
I do have a scroll of Gust of Wind. I only have one though, so I'm going to go into turn-based mode before I use it. Also, I'm going to get a little bit closer. Oh. Well, the Gust of Wind wasn't very impactful, I guess, but we got the chest. And it doesn't look like there's much more we can get out of there. I was supposedly there's a dagger somewhere in this cavern. Alright, especially after messing around with the cloud kill for far longer than I should have, I still couldn't find
Unseen, as I
that
was
dagger,
told.
so I'm just gonna go in here.
Looks like a trap there.
Thankfully I do have the inspiration. There we go.
Let's pop you open, shall we? I'll give it a try.
This way. Unnoticed. Good. I see a way.
Here lies Sister Shira Clarwin, date of birth unknown, died 1491 DR. Here lies Flintster Sunseeker, born 1400 DR, died 1456 DR.
Do we have here?
Here lies Reloric Windbane, born 1399 DR, died 1486 DR. Here lies Satida Atana, born 1411 DR, died 1485 DR.
That's actually a really nice detail I did not notice on my first run through this game. They are just corpse before you read the plaque, but then after you read the plaque, it gives you their name. Of course, these are here for the Lathander, the Mad Monk Amulet quest, which I left burning in the lava. I don't want to take that ladder up from here quite yet. And I looked all over the cavern and this little basement of what I presume is the temple. And, you know, I feel like I found that dagger on my last playthrough, but I can't remember for sure. So I think I'm just not going to worry about it for now. Maybe I'll have a reason to come back and try again later. Of course, it's this hole that I perceived during the fight and then forgot about. And there is Stillmaker. Yeah, it's a +2 dagger with hold person on it.
Don't touch me.
Can't afford to stay idle.
And then that's one of the steps that's already been completed in our journal. In a hidden blood spattered cave beneath the open hand temple, we found a dagger. What happened here? We already basically have a good idea.
What do we have here?
Let's go back outside.